रामायणकालीन और भजन रघुनाथ ठाकुर वर्णन कर रहे हैं। जैसे साधक नाम करते करते अनर्थ निवृत्त पर चित्त में अनेकों प्रकार के भावों के जो उद्गम होता है, उद्गम से प्रकाश भावोत्गम जितने परिमाण परिमाण भगवान की अनुभूति प्राप्त करें। बहुत सुंदर इसके वर्णन करते जा रहे हैं। ये किस प्रकार साधक नाम करते करते
that how sadhak performing Harinam Sankirtan or Nam,
भगवान की अपराधी
that he gets the transcendental
लीला भगवान भूमि में
or the pastime of Bhagwan,
विचरण करते हुए
he entered there.
और बातुल के पागल के
He behaving like a mad person.
कभी हाथ उठा करके
Sometimes he used to chant, raising his hand. Sometimes he is rolling on the ground.
कभी भगवान की माधुर्य की अनुभव करने के नाते
Sometimes they
आंखों से आंसू
realize the Madhurya Leela of Bhagwan and the tears comes out from the eyes.
और अत्यंत दीनहीन
And
होकर के भगवान से प्रार्थना करते हैं।
he always prayed to Bhagwan very humbly.
अभी 10वां श्लोक हम
So now we are going to start the 10th of shloka.
प्रतिभांसा युक्त भक्तों के उपदेश पर
Apart from devotees who desire to love Krishna, everyone else heart are impure, stone-like due to offenses.
ऐसे व्यक्तियों की भावों का
According to Srimad Bhagavatam, the emotion exalted by such peoples are artificial.
क्योंकि पहले हम लोग भी वर्णन किया था।
We have already described.
ये अनेक बाबाजी आदि
Then there are many kinds of sampradaya like Babaji, Sahajiya, Sakhi Bheti.
लोग आकर्षित करने के लिए
So for attracting the people,
अनेक प्रकार कृत्रिम
artificially. So many kinds of artificial.
आंखों से आंसू की धारा प्रवाहित करते रहते
So they presented the tears from the owls,
हैं। आप लोगों ने
just like
देखे होंगे
you have heard, you have seen in the pictures, in the movies,
टीवी में
on the television,
जो रोल आदि करते हैं
that the people who are playing the role,
आंखों से आंसू की धारा
so they the tears comes out from their eyes, but actually it's not the factual, but just because of the attracting the people, they use some incense.
क्योंकि केवल 5-10 मिनट के लिए
So for the 5 or 10 minutes, the tears rolling out from the eyes.
इसके बाद
In this, after that,
जब नाटक अभिनय
when the play is over or the movie is over, so there is no relation with that.
उसी प्रकार
So in this way,
कुछ लोग इस संसार
some
में
peoples in this world
नाटक अभिनय आदि करते हैं।
playing a role like this,
वास्तव अपराध
actually they are offender.
इसलिए साधक
So in this way, the sadhak sometimes
भगवान पर साधक स्तर से प्रार्थना करते
he always pray before the Bhagwan in a very humbly
हैं। सदा
way.
स्मसारं हृदयं गतेरं जगद्वेद्यमाने हरिनामधेयं न विक्रियते तात जलाधिकारो नेत्रे जलं गात्र रुहर्षुहर्ष यदा विकारो नेत्र जलम दत्त
In the Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto 24 shlok, it's describing there. When a sadhak performs Harinam Sankirtan, the hairs of his body stand on end and tears of joy begin to flow from his eyes. But the heart of one in whom such sattvic bhav transformation do not arise is not actual a heart but had thunderbolt. It is mentioned in the scriptures that by performing the Shuddhanam, when it is manifested in the heart, sometimes they dance in the joyful, they are so much joyful, they perform the dance that time. Sometime you used to laugh very loudly. Sometimes they are rolling on the ground. So Romanchakam Pashru, thus just like these Ashta Sattvic Vikars comes in the body. But here it is saying, Hey Prabhu, I am chanting your name, I am taking the shelter of your name, but still my heart is not melting. So what this means? My heart is full of aparadh. Otherwise, or just like a thunderbolt, just like became a stone. Because chanting the holy name of Bhagwan and taking the shelter of Bhagwan name, your heart must be melted. But if your heart is not melting, the tears are not coming from the eyes, then we should understand that we have some aparadh somewhere. When you are pouring the water into the tank by the machine, by the motor, when you are pouring the water into the tank and still the tank is not filling up, so what it means? That somewhere is hole or somewhere the tap is open. In the same way, we are chanting the name, but still after chanting the name our heart is not melting. It means we have offenses. So when your heart is melting, so the tears comes out from the eyes. So if somebody is not seeing if we are not seeing this kinds of symptoms in our body, so we should always understand that there's some offenses. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, when a sadhak performs Harinam Sankirtan, the hairs of his body stand on end. So if it is not happening with sadhak, so it means his life is going waste. After chanting the holy name of so long, that if somebody is chanting so much Harinam and if his heart is not melting, it means his heart is. If someone has been chanting the holy name for a long time but his heart is not melting, it is certain that he is a Namapradi. The holy name is all powerful, but no immediate result takes place in a heart that is a hard like a stone. To criticize sadhus or to commit other of such offences obstructs the desired transformation of the heart.
किंतु गहन
If the
बुद्धि संपन्न
obstructions
अर्थात
is ordinary,
महापुरुष के
the
चरण में
utterness of the
प्रकाश
holy name
चित्त
manifests
बुद्धि के
as a
समान
semblance
प्रतीत होता
of the
है
name,
तथा
Nam
सबके
Abhas.
आदि में विरोध
If the observation is deep, however, then it
जैसे जैसे
manifests as Nam Aprad.
कोई कनिष्ठ भक्त है
There are three kinds of bhakta. Like some are Kanishta Bhakt, some are Madhyam Bhakt, some are Uttam Bhakta.
तीन प्रकार की
There are three kinds of Vaishnavas.
कनिष्ठ मध्यम
Kanishta, Madhyam, Uttam.
जैसे भक्त के चरण में हम अपराध करेंगे
So just like we are committing the offenses, these kinds of devotees, so in the same way addition our heart will be like a thunderbolt, like a stone. If we are committing offenses, if we are committing offenses into the feet of Kanishta Adhikari, Kanishta, and if we are committing offense the Madhyam, then it is higher than the Kanishta, and if we are committing the Uttam Bhagavat, then it is higher than the Madhyam. So
इसलिए कहते हैं जे जमुना वैष्णव चिनिया लोईगा जबे आदर करिए तबे जे जमुन वैष्णव ये जैसे वैष्णव है
so
उस वैष्णव के उसी प्रकार आदर सम्मान
we always pay the respect according to the
जे जमुन वैष्णव
adhikar of the Vaishnava.
आदर करिए तबे वैष्णवेर कृपा कभी जिस प्रकार वैष्णव है
So-
उस वैष्णव के उस प्रकार हम
So
सम्मान करें।
we always pay the respect to the Vaishnava who has the according to their adhikars.
तब मुड़ी मछली एक नहीं मुड़ी मछली हमको
All are not same. Moody Mishli, like
मुड़ी क्या है
Muri means Muri.
मुड़मा और मिश्री
Murmura,
और मिश्री
sugar candy, the mishri,
कोई चीज सोचे
sugar candy and the muri is not same.
इससे गलत
So he has a wrong principle in his heart.
और जहाँ पर मुड़ी मिश्री एक
Where
भाव में बेचता है
everybody is selling, one is selling the muri and mishri, the sugar candy in the same way. So we shouldn't stay that place.
एक गुरु और शिष्य
There was one guru and disciple.
दूसरे स्थान पे आ रहे
They were going from one place to another place.
गुरु थोड़ा
So Guru was little bit heavy. He has huge body, like little bit weight,
शिष्य बहुत
and the disciple was very lean, thin,
जैसा हमारे ईश्वर
just like our this Prabhu.
है कि नहीं और हमारी प्रभु जी आज प्रभु जी का क्या नाम है
And our one of Prabhu is
हैं? अरविंद
Manoj.
मनोज
हाँ, बहुत अच्छा नाम. Manoj is very nice name.
हैं? इसी प्रकार एक गुरु और चेला
So in this way, one guru and disciple was going.
गाँव में पहुंचे
So when they reached to a village,
गुरुदेव कहने लगे
so Gurudev said, "Beta, it's time is over now.
भोजन नहीं किया
So we haven't take food stuff now. So you
थोड़ा पैसा निकाल
please bring some money
और याद से कुछ
and buy something from the market for eating.
भोजन कर लेते
We can take food."
इससे करने ठीक है गुरुदेव
The disciple said, "Okay, Gurudev, I just follow the instructions." So he went to the market.
दुकान पर लिखा है हर एक माल
10 रुपए. 10 रुपए. In the shop it is writing all the ingredients is 1 rupees.
कोई भी सामान
Whatever you want you can take in 1 rupees.
उसकी सब देखना
So the disciple thought and see everything.
या कितने पैसे की
So he asked that what is the rate of that bhujia? He said 1 rupees.
है? 1 रुपए में सब मिल जाए
You can buy anything in 1 rupees.
ये मिठाइयाँ कितने पैसे की है
What is the cost of the sweets? 1 rupees.
है? पनीर कितने पैसे की है
And what kind of rupees of paneer? 1 rupees.
है? टका से भजा टका से खाजा
Takar
अंते
se
नगरी तो पर जान जा
So disciple was not aware with that. टका शेर भाजा टका शेर खाजा अंधेर नगरी चौपट राजा. Disciple was not aware with that, and he came to the Gurudev very fastly and said, Gurudev, this is a very nice place. Here, whatever you buy, everything is on 1 rupees. In 1 rupees, in 1 rupees you can buy everything. Taka ser bhaja, taka ser khaja, everything is just 1 rupees. So Gurudev said, oh, look, don't buy anything here. Wrap up your luggage and go from here. Wrap up your luggage and move from here. Gurudev, Hari Gurudev, everything is very cheap here. Why are you going from here? Jai Srila Gurudev ki jai. Jai Gaur Premanande Hari. Guru. Everything is 1 rupees. There is a cheese in just 1 rupees or paneer. So the Gurudev said, listen to me very carefully. Where there is no discriminations, everything is same. So there is something wrong there. We shouldn't stay at that place. That's why we have to move from this place to another place. So the disciple said, no Gurudev, you have bought so many things. You get so many things because you are Guru. Everybody gives to you. Easily you can take anything and you eat. I am the disciples. How can I get it? So whenever I get your uchisht, so I take that. So whole day you eat, and whatever you eat, I have to distribute to all disciples. So that's why Gurudev, whatever you do, I don't want to go from this place. Everything is very cheap here. Every day I used to. Every day I will buy paneer in just 1 rupees. Who eats murmura and other all things in just nothing is there. No ras. Have you eat murmura? Nothing in that. Take lot of murmura and put some water there, and it will be very little. And in murmura there is nothing. So staying here, every day I will buy paneer and eat paneer. Very cheap. It's on just 1 rupees. Gurudev said, no son, please don't stay here. This is not good place because there is no discriminations. Disciple said, no, I don't want to move from this place. Guru said, okay, if you don't want to go, no problem, you stay here. Okay, if you suffer anything sometimes, please remember me. What can I say now more? So if disciple is not listening to the Guru, then what Guru can do? Guru is omniscient, knows everything. Guru knows everything, but he doesn't want to listen. So Guru went away from there, and the disciple was staying at that place. And the disciple was every day eating paneer. I don't like paneer. नहीं मुझे देखने मैंने कहा I don't like paneer. So every day chakachak he is taking paneer. So who eats murmura? So every day he was eating so much paneer and fat. So he became so much fat.
काल की समय की बात है, कुछ चोर जो है राजकोष से कुछ धन लेकर के भाग रहे थे।
So what happened? He became so fat after eating so much paneer. So what happened at that place? There was a thief was stealing some money of the kingdoms. So the thief was running away. So maybe he has went some. All the security guards was searching him. They said to Maharaj, "Oh Maharaj, there is some theft came today, and they stolen everything. So we were searching them, but we were unable to find them." King said, "Okay, tell me how the thief was. Have you seen that?" "Yes, I have seen him. That thief was so much fat, so much fat. How? Oh no. So he was so much fat." Gurudev said, "Okay, do one thing." The king said, "Okay, do one thing. Please search out that who is the most fat people guy in our village." So everybody was going to search him. So they found that disciple who ate at the paneer. So they found them because his weight became 120 kg. 120 kg enough है. So everybody caught them. The security guard caught them, and he said, "Come with us." So he said, "What happened?" He said, "Hey, stop saying anything. Just come with us." They beaten him. They slap on their cheeks like 4-5 slaps, and after they said, they presented him to before the king. "Hey, you came at the night in our court, and you have stolen many things." So he said, "No, I am a sadhu." "No, you are not a sadhu. So whole day you are chanting Ram Nam, and in the night you are stealing. Look, our security guard. So you came at our court and stealing all the money." He said, "No, I didn't came." He said, "Oh, speak the truth." Our security guard told that guy was fat and he left away. So no one is more fatter than you. So he said, "No, I am a sadhu." "Hey, no, you are not sadhu. In the day you are chanting Ram Nam, and at night you are stealing chura." So in your mouth there is Ram Nam, and in your arms there is a knife. This is a proverb in Hindi. So the king said, Go and hang him on the suli, because he was so much fat. So hang him." That disciple was crying. The king said, "Why are you crying?" "Oh Maharaj, please forgive me." "Why should I forgive you? What is your last desire? Please tell me." "I would like to take the darshan." The disciple said, "I would like to take the darshan of my Gurudev. He is in the near village." Okay. So king ordered to their soldiers to go and search out his guru. So Gurudev, when he saw the disciple, he was so much fat, because earlier he was so much thin, but now he has become so much fat. नहीं 36 नहीं होगा, ज़्यादा होगा. कितना? 50 किलो हो गया. अभी कितने किलो हो गया? Earlier his प्रभु जी कितना है? 125. Earlier he was 50 kg, and now he has become 120. Huh? 120 kg. From 50 to 120 kg he has become now. So he was not able to recognize by the Gurudev. Okay. So seeing the Gurudev, the disciple was crying, "Gurudev, please save me." "What happened?" So Gurudev said, I told you. He listened the whole story, and said, I told you that where there is no discrimination power, where there is no discriminations, everybody is same. So now you have stuck in this problem. Chaupat Raja, you didn't listen to me. Now what to do? Gurudev, please save my life now. Anyhow, please save me from here. Then whole life I will surrender you, and whatever you say, I will always follow you. Gurudev said, okay. He gave the mantra into the ear of that disciple. Because the disciple go. So the soldiers was going to hang on that disciples. Gurudev said, Maharaj, please stop. I would like to hang on this Suli. This disciple said, no, Gurudev. You sit here, I will go on, hang up there. Raja said, what are they? But both they are doing. Gurudev said, Maharaj, I will go on, I will hang on. And both are saying like this, I will go, I will go, I will go. Raja said, the king said, he said to Gurudev that you are the sadhu, why are you going to hang on the Suli? And that your disciple came into the night and has stolen everything. So the Guru said, Maharaj, listen to me. At this time there is a very auspicious Muhurat, that when this Suli was made, so there is a very auspicious time that if somebody at this time who will sit on that, he will go Swarga, he will go to the heaven with the body. This is a very auspicious time. If somebody die or hang on this time, so he will go to the Swarga. So that's why I said that I have now become old now, because now I am going to leave my body, so that's why I would like to go this time. The disciple said, no, what is the need to, because you are performing bhajan sadhana, you will go heaven without any work, but I haven't performed bhajan sadhana, that's why I would like to go. The Gurudev said, no, I would like to go. Disciple said, no, I won't go, I wanna go. So they were all doing like this. So the disciple said, if I won't go there, so who will manage the asan for you? The Gurudev said, no. So both they are doing like this, they are argument like this. The king is said, all kings are watching, kings is watching everything. So the Gurudev said that if somebody is sit on the Suli at today, so he will go to the heaven directly by his body, with the body. The king said, okay, so why shouldn't I sit on this? And the king said, okay, leave everybody here from here, because I will sit on the Suli. And the king himself sat on the Suli, and he died. And both Guru and disciple ran away from there, because we don't want to stay here, this is not a good place. So I told you this story in a very short way, but what is the meaning? Where there is no discriminations, everybody seems like equal, so we shouldn't stay that place. That's why I'm saying, so there is a discrimination between the Vaishnav, Kanishta Adhikari Vaishnav, Madhyam Adhikari Vaishnav, and Uttam Adhikari Vaishnav. So these all are according to the symptoms of the Vaishnav, or according to the Adhikar of the Vaishnav. We should always pay the respect to him. So according to the category of the Vaishnav, we should pay the respect to him. So here it is saying like this. So how we can understand that who is the what kind of category Vaishnav they are?
कृष्ण की जसवी तम मनसा दे ये चार नियम के पालन कर
Who is following the four principal principal rules? What are the four names? So become a Vaishnava when performing the Nam Bhajan. There are four rules, four principles rules. Do not gamble. Do not drink alcohol. There is no any kind of intoxications. Striya. There are no illicit sex. And do not eat meat. Meat eating. Don't eat meat. Always follow the four principles. And especially who hasn't take the shelter of any guru, but he is performing the Nam and following the four principles, rules. He is not playing the gamble. Some are, some used to play the playing cards, any kinds of alcohol, intoxicated things we shouldn't take. There are no illicit sex and no meat eating, no killing animals. So who are following these principles and chanting the holy name without taking the shelter of Guru? So seeing that person always pay the respect to him. And then when anybody has taken shelter of the Gurudev and taken the Diksha from Gurudev, so we should do pranam for that, because he has become Vaishnav now. What is the definition of a Vaishnav? There is a shlok is there. Shlok to hai bada bhul gaya. How we can understand that he is a Vaishnav? Yes, Girito Vishnu Dikshako. Who is the pure Vaishnav, who has taken the shelter of a pure Vaishnav and a pure devotee, or who has taken the Diksha, and who is worshipping the Vishnu, Vaishnav. Who is taking the shelter and who is taking Diksha from the Sadguru and following the Sadachar and worshipping Vishnu. So these all are Vaishnav. And apart from that all are Avaishnav. Simple words in a simple sentence. This is described here. Who is taking the Diksha and the Vishnu mantra. So in the same mood of Guru has been taking the Diksha, if he has taken the shelter of these kinds of Guru, so we should always pay pranam to that Vaishnav. But there is a deep vichar is here, like he has taken the Diksha, but he has taken the Diksha in a formal way, but he has not connection with Bhagavan. There is no Sambandha Gyan. So Prabhupada used to say to him, we should pay the respect by mind, by heart. who are not engage himself in any kinds of criticism. Always, always engage himself into the bhajan. So what to do? Always serve them. Like Uttam Uttam Mahabhagavat, who always engage himself into the Ashtakalin Leela of Bhagwan and pay him pranam, serve him, but always try to efforts like to get their bhavs, that how kinds of bhav they are expressing and which kind of mode they are serving Bhagwan or performing bhajan. So that's why three kinds of Vaishnava are: first is Kanishta Vaishnava, second is Madhyam Vaishnava, and third is Uttam Vaishnava. So there are three kinds of Vaishnava. There is a three category in that: Kanishta Madhyam, Kanishta Uttam, Madhyam Kanishta, Madhyam Uttam. And Uttam Kanishta, Uttam Madhyam, Uttam. So the Uttam Mahabhagavat, how they live, how they behave, they always engage himself in the Ashtakalin Leela of Bhagwan and perform the Bhagavad Nam.
Janmani karmani jani chalupi namani ditani tadarthakani kaya madhavanitatilokavatya.
In the Srimad Bhagavatam, this example was given. So how behaves Uttam Mahabhagavat behaves? They always, whenever they chant or hear the name of Bhagwan, they started dancing. So whenever they always remember the pastimes, the transcendental pastime of Bhagwan. They always remember the Ashtakal Leela of Bhagwan. So these are the symptoms of Uttam Bhagavat. So in the Bhakti Vinod Thakur, in the Bhajan recitation, in the first day Am Sadhan, he is saying Nishanta Leela. Nishanta Shraddha. So he started from the Nishanta Leela. And then Maharatri, from Maharatri 2. All the Bhagwan's Leelas and is remembering the Ashtakal Leela of Bhagwan. In this world, what is happening, he doesn't aware about that. What is happening in this world? That is symptoms of Uttam Bhagavat. And hearing that he chanting the holy name of Bhagwan, sometimes they laugh, sometimes they cry, and sometimes they are rolling on the ground. Sometimes they laugh. Why? Because sometimes because they are remembering the sweet leelas of Bhagwan. When they are remembering the meeting leelas, so they are laughing, and where they are remembering the separation leelas, so they cry. And they chant the holy name of Bhagwan like that, in this way. Just like when Krishna disappeared from the Ras, and all the gopis are searching to Krishna and went to Yamuna, and all the gopi collected there, and in a very beautiful tone, and they are glorifying Krishna, and they are singing like Jayati Dedi. Dari So they were crying and remembering their calling their Ishtadev. So in this way Gopiyas are in the separation mode. So they are teasing Krishna, and sometimes they are glorifying Krishna, praising Krishna. Sometimes Vanibhav, Vishram, Dakhinabhav, Vamibhav, Dakhinabhav. Sometimes soft, sometimes hard. So in that bhav, observe their mind. They always used to do the kirtan. Sometimes very humbly, they are crying. Hi, hi, fire on me, fire on me. I have wasted my life. I haven't performed bhajan in my life. Just like Mahaprabhu, when he was performing Nam and when he was crying there, performing Nam. In the same way, the sadhak, when he performs Nam, he always remember all these things. In this way, I told you one thing. So according to the category of the Vaishnav, treat them like the same way. So who can understand this? Kanishta Adhikari is not able to understand these all things. And the Uttam Adhikari, who is always observes in the mind, in the Ashtakalin Leela. So whatever then, Madhyam Vaishnav, Madhyam. So whom has been instructed all these things? Madhyam. So there is a Updeshamrit Granth. For whom? Madhyam. So Updeshamrit Granth is for Madhyam Adhikari. Who will follow the instructions? Somebody who don't follow who is not able to follow the instruction, there is a useless this is a wasting of time to tell him. If somebody is not following your decision, then you will say, if somebody is obeying your order, so then you will say, please bring a glass of water, and you have understood that if I am calling him and he is not bringing the water, so why should I ask him again and again to bring water? So who would like to listen the Updesh, who would like to be ordered, so order them. Just like I give it an example, there was a little bird. So that infant was making, that bird was making a nest. So by his beak he was doing chi chi chi. So he was making the nest like way. There was no water can come inside. So he make a nest like the way he can put water there, but the water will not fall down. So he given an egg in that nest. Huh? There is a kind of jugnu who has a little bit shine when he walks. There is a little bit very small, or what we say. At the time of rainy season, its body is like air conditioned. At the winter's time, that nest is very very cold, very very hot. At the time of summer, it's very cool. And at the night time, that jugnu blinks their light. It is very very small jugnu. So at the time of rainy season, that little bird said, you are a monkey. you are a monkey, and in next birth you will be monkey. You doesn't have this kinds of wisdom that you can make a home, and if you haven't make any home, there is a nearby. So you can stay somewhere in empty places. Why are you so much raining? Why you are so much outside in the rain? Huh? You are so much wet now in the weather where there is so much rainy season this time. So that the monkey, he said that you are a very little bird and you are instructing me, because he's a warmer. He went on the tree and he destroyed his nest. So in this way it is said, the context is here that the people who is foolish, we shouldn't give instruction to them. Who is foolish, who is not able to obey your orders, so we shouldn't give him instructions. Who would like to listen your Hari Katha, give them instruction. So by that the speaker and the listener both will be benefited. So in this way it is saying the time we have. So if someone has been chanting the holy name for a long time but his heart is not melting, it is certain that he is Namapradi. The holy name is so powerful, but no immediate results takes place in a heart that is hard like stone. Just like a seed, if you put it in the water, that won't be sprout. And if it is on the stone, so it means it won't be sprouted. In the same way, if you put it in the mud and in the ground, then it will be sprout. So to criticize sadhus or to commit other such offences obstructs the desired transformation of the heart. If the obstruction is ordinary, the utterness of the holy name manifests as a semblance of the name Namavas. If the obstruction is deep, however, then it manifests as a Namaprad. In other words, by offences committed at the lotus feet of a great personality, one's heart becomes hard like iron and its knots melted by Shravan Kirtan and so on. Ajamil was so much sinful person, but he never committed Vaishnava Prahat. That's why at the first time when he uttered the name Narayan, so when he chanted the holy name of his sons Narayan, so it is called the Namavas, and all the sinful activity destroyed. And again when he was chanting the name of Narayana again and again, so at that time he was making Sukriti. And when he got the conversation with sadhus like the Vishnu Dut, so he got association. So after sometimes he was repented, oh, my life is wasted, fire on me, I wasted my life, I was chanting my name of my son, and Bhagwan sent the Vishnu Dut, 4 Vishnu Dut to me, so they saved me. If I chant the pure name of Bhagwan, so what to say more. So in this way he was thinking like that, and Ajamil, he left that place and he went to Haridwar, and at the bank of Ganga he performed bhajan there, and he chanted the same name Narayan there. And after chanting the name, when his heart was melted and taking the pure water of Ganga and chanting the name of Bhagwan, his heart was melted and he developed and manifested love in his heart. And the same 4th Vishnu Dut came there with the Vaikunt chariot, and Ajamil seated on that and he went to Vaikunt. So we have heard this katha very nicely.
उसी प्रकार का है।
So that's why it is saying.
यद्यपि हरिनाम के द्वारा चित्त प्रभुकता
So the external symptoms of a heart that is melted by Harinam are tears, horripilation, and so forth.
लक्षण नहीं है।
However, such symptoms are also seen in one whose heart is full of desire. So if somebody is pouring water from his eyes, it doesn't mean that heart is melted. Srila Rupa Goswami Pad is saying that occasionally tears, horripilations, etc. are observed in those whose hearts
तथा अंदर से
and naturally devious. Externally, such people appear to be very soft-hearted, but internally their hearts are actually hard. These symptoms can also be observed in those who believe they can acquire sattvic bhavs by determined practice, even without sattva abhas. Such emotion is never connected to bhakti. Some people, they are practicing for tearing coming out from the house like that. The people will think, oh, he has developed love, now he is fully premi bhakta. No, it's not like that. Because sometimes people got confused. Somebody is crying and doing part and Harikatha, so he has prem is love. But so it is not the symptom that somebody's eyes, tears coming out from eyes. It is means he has developed love. It's not kind of symptoms of bhakti.
जिस भगवान व्यक्ति की सेवनों जहाँ पर कृष्ण हरिनाम उदित होने के कारण हृदय में विकार आ गया है, उससे शांति अपर्थ कालक्रम इत्यादि नौ लक्षण का निश्चय ही देख पाएंगे।
So Gurudev is clarifying here. One will definitely observe the 9 symptoms of bhav, such as actually 9 yes, Chanti, Naam Gani Sadaruchi. Very nice, Haribol. So these all are the 9 external symptoms. One will definitely observe the 9 symptoms of bhav, such as forbearance, shanti, and do not wasting time, avyartha kalatva, in a fortune person whose heart has been transformed by the appearance of pure. So if somebody has a cause of get angry but still their heart and mind is stable at the time, avyartha kalakam, they do not waste their time. Virakti, so they have detachment from the material sense enjoyments. You don't have too much attachment towards that. Manashunyata. They are not so much worried about their ego like the respect. Naam Gani Sadaruchi. Always they have so much taste in Bhagwan Katha. Asakti Guntala. So they always hear the nectarine Katha of Bhagwan. They have so much attachment with that Hari Katha. So in the pastime places of Bhagwan, they always used to go there and do Dandavat Pranam there. Remember that places, pay respect to that places. So these are the 9 symptoms. So if somebody have these 9 times, these kinds of 9 symptoms, and his tears coming out from eyes, so we should understand that that person has bhav. That's why Gurudev is saying here. So one will definitely observe 9 symptoms of bhav, such as forbearance, shanti, and do not wasting time, avyartha kalakam, in a fortune person whose heart has been transformed by the appearance of pure Hari Naam on his tongues, which is always engaged in service, seven mukh. One should therefore understand that extraordinary forbearance and exceptional attachment to chanting the holy name are symptoms of a transformed heart. If a ordinary person, a so-called Vaishnav, who is actually envious, chant the holy name Namaprad for a long time, his heart will not melt.
वे निंदा के योग्य है, परंतु साधुसंग के द्वारा अनर्थ निवृत्ति के पश्चात इनका चित्त क्रमशः निष्ठा रुचि आदि
He will gradually pass through Anartha Nivrati and come to Nishtha, Ruchi and other stages. Then, at the suitable time, the offense hardening his heart will be removed and his heart may melt. If somebody's heart is not melting after chanting the holy name, aparad, we should understand that he is aparad. So how that aparadi can get mercy? By the naam. That person chant the name. So by receiving the mercy of Vaishnav and a pure Nishkinchan Mahabhagavat Guru and practicing a spiritual life under their guidance, one will become free from the influence of aparad and the anarthas. Finally he becomes fixed in Vrajbhav, and which is filled with ras, and he will attain the supreme goal of prema. So in this shloka, glorification of Nam was told, described here, and as well as how we can be free from aparad and escape ourselves from aparad. So here we have to focus, pay attention.
नाम रूपी उदय होने से कृष्ण कुशल रूप सहज रूप में उदित होने लगता है। जब जितने ही नाम पढ़ोगे उतना ही तुम्हारे चित्त निर्मल होगा।
The more you will chant the holy name, the more your heart will be pure, and when your heart will be pure, the Bhakti Devi herself manifested in your heart. So how we can understand the Bhakti Devi has manifested in our heart?
मुक्ति संगम कुतांजलि सेवते असमान धर्म अर्थ कामय गतय समय प्रतीक्षा भक्ति चरित्रदायिनी।
O Bhagwan, if someone has steady devotion unto your lotus feet, he easily perceives your most charming divine youthful form. Thereafter liberation stands before him with folded hands, and dharma, artha and a calm also wait for an opportunity to serve him. Mukti is always folding hands. So when the bhakti is manifested in somebody's heart, bhakti is, what kind of bhakti is Maharani? Just like Maharani walks, so behind them there are Das Dasiyas are following him. And so with the Maharani side, her left, right and behind, there are many Das Dasiyas are following her. and they are serving her. In the same way, Bhakti is Maharani. When she manifested in somebody's heart, so Mukti, Dharma, Artha, Kam, they are folding their head before that person. They are praying for them. So, hey Bhakti Devi, please engage me in your service. That's why it is saying. Gayatri Samaya Paritiksha. So always they are all waiting. If you follow the bhakti, so you will get this whole automatically, spontaneously dharma artha kama moksha. So the dharma artha kama moksha will come to you. They will be in the queue, and the mukti also will be in the queue when bhakti is manifested in somebody's heart. Mukti Devi will come and fold her hand and please serve me in your service. For the mukti, Advaitavadi is doing so much hard austerities, and the bhaktas get that easily, just like. And the bhakt always do the Dandavat Pranam and mukti, and they carry forward and they march forward. So this is a glorification. This is the glory of Bhakti Devi in the scriptures. What is mean? When we pray before the Bhagavan, hey Prabhu, please anyhow manifestate your bhakti in my heart. Here Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, when somebody's heart, Shuddha Bhakti is manifested in somebody's heart, so Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, with their full of bag, they are waiting for that person. Hey Prabhu, please give me this chance to serve you. What Bhakta do? Bhakta say, okay, I don't want this, and he march forward from there. When somebody is chanting the pure name manifested in a person's heart, when he chants with pure devotees. How we chant name? Always chant the name with the Shuddha Bhakta, pure devotees. So chanting the name with the pure devotees, at that stage bhakti that is symptomized by the prema manifested in his heart as a vision of pastimes. When this prema bhakti becomes steadfast, Shri Krishna's transcendental youthful form automatically appears in the heart. Bhakti always lead you to the near to the Bhagwan. Bhakti Devi always showing you the darshan of Bhagwan. That's why Gurudev is saying here. When Prem Lakshana Bhakti manifested at the stage of bhakti that is symptomized by the prema manifest in the hearts as a visions of pastimes. When this prema bhakti becomes steadfast, Shri Krishna's transcendental youthful form automatically appears in the heart of although Mukti Devi is neglected by the devotees. She personally prays with the folded hands for the devotee to accept her service. So the Jatrati Bhakt inclines towards Madhurya Ras, is greatly allured by the divine adolescent form of Shri Krishna, whose topmost pastime is of amorous love. So Bhagwan Sachidanand Vigrah always appeared before the Bhagwan, and Bhakt always do the pranam to that Vigrah, Sachidanand Vigrah of Bhagwan. That's why it is saying कृष्ण किससे बोल रहे हैं? कृष्ण किससे बोल रहे हैं? कृष्ण किससे बोल रहे हैं? कृष्ण किसको बोल रहे हैं? किसको बोल रहे हैं? कृष्ण बोल रहे हैं?
भजन करते करते स्वयं भगवान के रसमय मूर्ति को जो है वो दर्शन
Okay.
भगवान कैसे सुंदर
So taking the beautiful darshan of Sachidanand Vigrah of Bhagwan,
सच्चिदानंद विग्रह के दर्शन करके
after taking darshan of Sachidanand Vigrah of Bhagwan,
आनंद में
the Jatrati Shatak all tapped themselves in the Ananda. Krida Rangi. Day and night, here Brijanandan Shyam Sundar, he always engage himself in the Ras Krida. Now it's Hare Krishna.